I would say I'm feeling about the same today would be my assessment of myself, but I did manage to get to the clinic yesterday, drop off, the samples that have been clogging up my fridge, drop off, I gave a little bit of blood, which is nice, and hopefully soon we'll know what kind of terrible infection has befallen my gut, and I'll be placed on some medicine that will hopefully help me out. That's my hope. I mean, we've reached the level, of copium, where people write stuff, I was in Dan's chat, and somebody wrote, "Hey NL, don't stress too much. I worked in a pork processing plant and got infected with something once. I was sick for 6 months, and then finally I got put on 3 courses of antibiotics and got cured. And that, to me, is a happy ending." Now, I read that story now, it's not even like a cautionary tale. That story for me now is actually like, hey, at least everything worked out all right in the end. Hopefully, it won't take 6 months, though. Hey, did you see? I'm not ragging on the guy, okay? But I've been following the candidates tournament for chess. I don't know why I was trying to put some sauce on it. It's just chess. I'm gonna go back this way real quick. Did you see that today or last night? Fallujah stayed up until like 5:30 a.m. playing 200 bullet games before his match against the tournament leader today. I lost. Honestly, I thought we had a pretty good performance there. Everybody in the r/chess threads were like, it's okay, he's 19 years old. When I was 19, I stayed up until 5 a.m. all the time, and then I would write like a quantum physics exam the next day. And I'm like, I don't know, man, because apparently he's getting his butt kicked right now. He has the right, by the way, to do whatever he chooses to do, and he was already in last place anyway, I think. So maybe he just felt like this was kind of like a Hail Mary situation. But it's certainly a bold preparatory move, is to stay up super late in the most important chess tournament of the year and play 250 bullet games. He's just tilted and letting off some steam. It's fair enough, honestly, trying to de-tilt by getting some chess out. I mean, it just goes to show you the super grandmasters are just like us. Oh, I've been playing so badly in classical chess. You know what would really help me? 250 games of reinforcing bad habits. Playing with 60 seconds total on my entire clock. They're just like us. Oh, I've made so many careless moves. Let's just play some bullet a little bit to take the edge off. I'm ignoring the daily Peloton update question, just so you know, because I didn't ride today. Because I rode yesterday, my ride was not good, and my legs are insanely sore, and I don't think I have necessarily. I mean, you might think that this is like the guy doth protest too much. I need some rest, quite frankly. I'm not 100% right now. This was not a situation. Honestly, it would have been easier to ride the Peloton rather than take the time off. But the strong decision was the smart decision, I should say, was to take the time off. I went to bed at 9:45 last night, and it felt amazing. Holy old, I'm sick. I gotta say as well, I went on a little bit of a Twitter blocking spree. I think this was 3 or 4 days ago. I tweeted sorry guys, I have to go to the after hours clinic today, or the urgent care clinic today. I'm not feeling well, my dysentery has returned. Somebody tweeted me and said, ha, sick? Okay, get blocked. It felt amazing. I'm normally just a serial muter. I went straight for the damn block this time. I can't imagine where you gotta be in your life when a stranger is basically I'm at the hospital because I don't feel well, and then you reply, ha, you're sick. What are you doing? Get a life, get a clue. I'm already getting annoyed enough. I'm oh, I have a gastrointestinal bacterial infection or a parasite or something like that, and then I don't know if I can make this one. People are typing ignorant shit in chat. They're typing in chat hey, that happened to me for 12 hours once, and I ate some rice, and I was okay. Okay, I fucking tried that. I tried that one. I tried the rice. Who would have thought the rice didn't do the trick? It didn't kill the salmonella that's raging inside of my gut right now. What's next? Oh, have you considered drinking lukewarm water with a squeezed lemon and some cayenne pepper in it? I think this is what it requires, genuine medicine. Dysentery with rice, 2 out of 10. Don't say sexy stubble NL is back. I'm in disarray right now. You see how pale I am? I haven't been this lean since I was like 16 years old. It's disconcerting. Part of it is the Peloton, but part of it is also the gastroenteritis, man. When I was lifting, I got as heavy as like 205 pounds on purpose. There's really no reason to be 5'10", 205 pounds when you're like intentionally, I think. So most of that weight came off eventually when I started riding on the Peloton. I do have to say that when people linked me to the road rage guy, I don't think he looks that much like me, but he does kind of look like 2020 me. I'll give you that one. When I was eating half a jar of peanut butter a night and squatting like 375 pounds, he has more than a superficial similarity to me from that phase in my life, okay? Now, I like to think I look more like the other road rage guy, that he's wearing a zip-up hoodie and a snapback hat, and he gets out of his car with a baseball bat. I look more like that guy. Those are inside you, there are 2 road ragers. I do not look like the I meant to kick your phone guy, okay? That guy has like a ponytail. He has salt and pepper, like mid-length hair. I look nothing. OMG, he does. You listen, you motherfuckers. Hey, come on out. Hey, yes, step out. Anyway, sorry. That's the clip for the road rage guy. I love it. It gives me every time. Why'd you stop lifting? So stop me if you've heard this one before. Basically, at the height of my lifting was March 2020, and I was going to a public gym, and things were starting to, get a little scary. I said, you know what? Maybe it would be okay for me to take a week off until this COVID stuff starts to settle down. Tweets made moments before disaster. Then, so like I said I'm not going to go back to the gym for like a week. And then also, COVID happened. My wife, I don't know how to say this, because I don't want to, I've struggled with this for like more than 2 years now. I don't like this sentence, my wife got pregnant, because that sounds like I had nothing to do with it. It sounds like, well, my life was in a different place and then my wife got pregnant. But then I used to say like we got pregnant, and then people told me it was stolen valor. They're like, well, what if you didn't get pregnant? You were just like a guy. Yeah, but I impregnated my wife. That's like too much. That conjures like visual imagery that you guys didn't ask for. I would rather you not imagine it, quite frankly. So either way, anyway, my wife got pregnant, and then I was like, well, it's a pandemic. My wife is pregnant. Like, I got a good reason to, I had other priorities in my life at the time. And then we had the baby. And then after having the baby, it's a lot of work. And I basically didn't work out from like March 2020 until November 2021 when my wife made me a Peloton husband. What routine were you doing? I started with 5x5 strong lifts, and then I went with, after a while, I went with 5-3-1 big but boring. But I honestly, lifting is great. The only thing I would say is like, if I was like 31 or 32 when I started, you don't need to get huge. Like, I don't know why I was so concerned with getting huge. Like, you could just get stronger over time. I don't know why I was like, oh, you know what? Like, at some point in my life, I'd really like to join, the 1,000-pound club on all of my compound lifts. That's not necessary. I'm just a guy. Yeah, like, why was I eating like 4,000 calories a day? Don't get me wrong. When I look back on like streams from that era, I think I was a little heavier than I needed to be, for sure. But my shirt sleeves were tight, I'll tell you that much. But it's just like, it's impractical as like a normal guy. If you're like 18, like, go for it. I'm not saying you can't do it if you're in your 30s. I'm just saying you might want to re-examine it, I guess. Yeah, like, I don't really want to be one of those 50-year-old guys that's on like testosterone replacement therapy. and, you know, has like a 400-pound squat, and my knees feel like they have like crushed up Tums in them and stuff like that. I love Hexagon, man. I don't aspire to be one of those guys that's like 70 years old and has like a long gray beard but 8-pack abs and looks like some kind of fucked up like nightmare Santa Claus. I just want to be like a guy. Also, strong men are so funny. I remember like there was a show on the History Channel a couple years ago that was called like The Strongest Men in History or whatever. You have Brian Shaw and what's his name? Eddie, you know the guy. Eddie Hall, Brian Shaw, couple other strong men that I don't remember the name of. And they would just go to like Scotland and pick up like really heavy rocks. They would talk about like what they need to be strongmen, and then like Brian Shaw, who is one of the most decorated strongmen of all time, was like, yeah, when I stay in a hotel, I need to like bring my own fridge and my own food because I eat 11,000 calories a day, and it has to be like specifically macronutrient balanced. And I was like, wow, that sounds annoying. And then they went out to like a restaurant where it was like one of those like remotes, you know? Sometimes they lift heavy things and sometimes they do like cultural things, and you see how strong men interact with like the normal world. They went out and they ate soft shell crab, but for some reason they treated it like it was a Fear Factor challenge, where it was like the grossest food of all time. So they gave them like a huge plate of soft shell crab, and they were all like trying to eat it and gagging and stuff like that. And I'm like, dude, soft shell crab is not even like one of those things that's like an ironic delicacy. Soft shell crab is just tasty. Soft shell crab is tasty, man. I mean, I get this. It might strike you as a little gross, just because of the fact that you eat the shell, but like the shell is soft. I don't know if we mentioned that part yet. Do you think Don Cheadle's accent in Ocean's 11 is the worst one you've ever heard? Here's the thing, okay? I actually, first time I saw the movie, I was like 13 years old, right? I never thought that his accent was bad. But then I read online that it's considered like one of the worst. I don't even know what to say right now. It's one of the worst like accents in movie history. So now that I know that it's not a respected accent, I just go, haha guys, me too. But actually, in my heart of hearts, when I saw that as a kid, I was like, you know what? That's how British people sound. Would you watch a Fall Guys IRL show? I mean, it's basically Wipeout, right? I've said before, like I don't really like American Ninja Warrior because the people on American Ninja Warrior are too good. I do like Wipeout. The problem with Wipeout was that it got so unbelievably like overexposed. They started running an hour a week, which was fine. Just like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Like in 1999 or 2000 when it first came out, it was like a limited edition game show where you could win $1 million. Every episode was like must-see television. And then there would be like, you know, you'd hear the music and they'd be like, that's all the time we have. You're like, what the hell? Now I gotta wait for like next Wednesday to figure out if this guy's gonna name one of the Pac-Man ghosts or something. Like they did great with the artificial scarcity. I also, can I tell you, I don't like American Ninja Warrior because I was never like one of those kids who excelled on the jungle gym. Like I was always a little bit underwhelming on the jungle gym. Never had like super strong grip strength. I have a very large lower body compared to my upper body. I was a little chubby as a kid. So kids, they'd always get on like that steel bar and they'd like flip around or whatever. They go on the monkey bars and go like blah, 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 blah. I was more of like, I go on the swing. I go on the slide. So whenever I see like the people that train for American Ninja Warrior and they're always like, what's up guys? My name's Damien. I'm a yoga instructor who lives in San Diego, California. And then like they're a professional parkour gym owner or something like that. I'm always like, it brings all those bad memories of being on the playground rushing back. Yeah, I'm not anti-Damien. I'm more just pro-gravity, I suppose. Like, gravity is trying to keep us on the earth, and I respect that. I broke my arm on the monkey bars like a nerd. Dude, I can't remember exactly what part of the jungle gym it was, but I remember I was so scared to like do this part of the jungle gym in kindergarten. And then one day I finally got the courage. Yeah, I guess you had to do like a little jump from the jungle gym to like a bar and then hang on to it. I just remember when I finally built up the courage to do it, I jumped, my hands hit the bar, and then, you know, all your weight swings forward. My little 4-year-old brain was not prepared for it. So my hands just instinctively let go. I fell directly onto my back on like the sand. And it was the first time in my life that I have ever had the wind knocked out of me. I mean, I was like literally 4 or 5 years old. I just remember being on the ground going like, thinking that I would, like literally I just died on the monkey bars. And then, you know, after, I don't know, like 15 seconds, I was fine. I also remember, like, me and my friends used to, we would, like, bring, like, we had a little metal detector. We would bring it to our playground sandbox at our school, and then we would dig up in the sandbox. We found all sorts of crazy shit in the sandbox. We found, like, a potato masher. How did a potato masher end up in a little, like, a sandbox in front of a junior kindergarten? How does that happen? And the other thing, how long was it there for? Because I don't know, I found it in like, probably would have been like 1993 or something like that. That could have, as far as I know, that potato masher could have been there since 1992, or it could have been there since, you know, 1950. I guess that's true. Maybe a kid was playing with a potato masher in the sandbox and then just left it there. I mean, one thing I've learned going to parks in Vancouver with my daughter is that people do just be like leaving shit at the park. I assume that it's mostly by accident. But do you just like go to the park and then you're like, well, look at that. There's like a bucket and a shovel. You don't even know what you're talking about. Get out. Get out of the car. Get out. Do you think you'd do well on Hot Ones? Not right now. Little Caesar would crush it. There's no doubt about that. Little Caesar would go hard on Hot Ones right now. I don't know. Like I have gone through phases in my life where I've enjoyed spicy food for sure, and even found like enjoying spicy food to be part of my personality, especially when I lived in Korea. I think that phase of my life is kind of over. It started a couple years ago when I ordered my usual like lamb vindaloo, and then it happened like 4 times in a row where I like ate the lamb vindaloo and I was like, wow, I'm so based. Look at how spicy this is. And then the next day, you know, had like the butt volcano on the toilet. And then I was like, you know what? Part of growing older is acknowledging that just because your mouth can handle the spicy food, it doesn't mean you should just embrace wasting like 40 minutes on the toilet the next day. That was part of like maturity for me, I guess. I don't expect everybody to agree with that, but that was like a revelatory moment for me as a man, for sure. It's like no matter how good the food tastes, and no matter how much my personality, part of my personality is being the guy who is like, I'm not afraid to eat spicy food. At some point, the juice isn't worth the squeeze anymore. So I do think that I would probably not do that well on Hot Ones now. I'm not that spice trained. I mean, I can still handle a kimchi bokkeumbap and a jeukdup or something like that. I can handle a dosa bibimbap. I call it gochujang instead of gochujang because I know what I'm talking about. But maybe spice is the cure you need right now. I know you're joking, but again, like I'm getting so tilted in chat by the non-doctor medical takes, man. Whew. I'm still losing it over someone yesterday said, have you tried just eating rice? Look, I know you took 3 stool samples and have them at like the medical laboratory right now. Have you considered though just eating rice? I'm telling you, I know for a fact they're gonna end up prescribing me ivermectin and I'm gonna end up being canceled. And I gotta be like, no, I'm not taking it for COVID. I'm taking it because I legit have the worm. I got the damn worm. You can't kill Little Caesar like that. I mean, if there's a medicine that kills Little Caesar, he's going bye-bye. Let's put it that way. But I do not want to have to do the thing where, oh, I remember this one, okay. Where they hold food outside of your butthole and wait for the worm to poke his head out and then grab him with some chopsticks and put him in the garbage disposal. If I gotta do that, I might just let him live inside of me. I did that last week, it was tight. You and I are not the same, okay? You're basically a landlord now, you're gonna kill him in his own home. Not only am I gonna kill him, I'm then going to take on another tapeworm as a tenant, and I'm gonna charge him 22% higher rent. Just because I can. You don't understand how hard it is to be a homeowner, okay? Whoa! Wow! When did you become a landlord? Did you literally just like turn on the stream? Did you just watch the stream in like 5-second intervals? Some of the bits require a little bit of setup, okay? The joke about me being a landlord was that I'm currently housing a tapeworm right now. And I said, even though it's his home, I said I was gonna kill his ass. You're housing a tapeworm? No, honestly, I think it's copium that I'm housing a tapeworm. I don't know. Although I do have a crazy appetite. I'm not joking. For anybody that wasn't here yesterday, the reason I thought it was a tapeworm for a little bit was because, you know, I have like a gastroenteritis sort of thing going on. Yet at the same time, I have an unbelievable appetite and my craving for pizza is crazy. Like every day, I just want to eat pizza for every meal, which is like normally, I think that's pretty normal. But like this is like the way that like a vampire craves blood. Like it's not like, oh, well, if you're offering, sure, I'll take some pizza. I feel like the alien from Men in Black that's like, you know, sugar water, more sugar, more. Like I just want more pizza. Have you considered it's a virus that's turning you Italian? Honestly, that would be kind of sick. I've always wanted like a cultural identity. I say this without a hint of irony. Like the only cultural identity that I feel like I have is both like is like passive aggressiveness. I don't know if it's like a Canadian thing, but like the number one marker of cultural identity that I have is like never really saying exactly what I mean, but instead burying the true meaning in a bunch of subtext and like dancing around what I'm actually trying to say. And hey, do you want to come to my party? Yeah, sure. Well, the thing is, I'm not totally sure if I should because I have a parasite inside of my gut right now. But if you want me to, I suppose it might be okay. Let me check my schedule and I'll get back to you. You could just say no. I don't think you have to say I don't want to, but you could be like, you know, we'll figure it out. Instead, you say yes, and then you just ignore your text for 2 days. What's your take on pickles on pizza? I've never had it. It sounds kind of weird to me, but I would give it a try. I'll eat pretty much any, like, if you put other foods on a pizza, I'll talk about it. Although now I realize I'm a hypocrite because in French Canada, like in Quebec, there's and this is true, there's a dish emblematic of French Canadian cuisine called pizzaghetti. That is literally just a pizza, and then you cut it in half. And in the hole, like where you've made the seam, you just put a full serving of spaghetti on top. So it's just a cheese or pepperoni pizza with spaghetti on top of it. That's trash. Oh, I've seen Josh eat it. It's like pure trash. Did he like it? Yeah, Josh liked it, but Josh kind of like, and I know how this sounds, but it's true. He kind of enjoys being trash. And not even like in a bad way. Holy cow. Like he embraces the trash. I was only in Pittsburgh for like 3 days, but I felt like at least Primanti Brothers was kind of like that. Like that was a great sandwich that I had at Primanti Brothers. But I mean, there's no way you would look at it and be like, this is not garbage. I mean, it was a huge sandwich with French fries on it. It's not as bad as pizzaghetti, but still. My girlfriend ordered a pizza American style the other day. It was a margarita pizza with potato chips. Wait, potato chips or French fries? I gotta know, because you said chips. We got beer, we got pizzaghetti. We're getting the freaking nuts. I will say, I used to follow fucked up pizzas on Twitter because I loved, like, you know, 6 times a day you just see a photo of like the worst looking pizza in your life. I had to unfollow them because they started posting some pizzas that were not fucked up. Like, I started to get a little offended. Like, some of the pizzas were, honestly looked kind of good. And they were like, what the hell is going on with this pizza? Whoa, spinach on a pizza? What the hell? I'm like, you can find more fucked up pizzas than that. Come on. I feel like they lost their way feeding the beast of daily content. You ever see mushy peas? All I think of when people say mushy peas is that that cursed image of the peas on that like British takeaway menu, but the image is like flipped upside down or something like that, so it doesn't look like your brain can't interpret it. You know what I'm talking about? I remember that. It's been a while. Like I hope I described it well enough. I gotta start feeding. The hell was that? I gotta start feeding my daughter some peas. It's a classic baby vegetable that she hasn't really been exposed to yet. Stop bitching about the easiest part of the map being hard. Don't describe it as bitching. Come on, we're bantering. Hey guys, welcome to another Poggers stream. Don't forget, use code CoolStreamer at checkout. Code CoolStreamer at checkout. We're sponsored by, you can get a cool little, you can get a metal poster with Samus Aran on it if you use this code at checkout. Hey, by the way, if you use this code, you get an extra $5 in Radio Shack coin when you sign up on this cryptocurrency exchange. If you use code CoolStreamer at checkout. By the way, I know you already saw this, but I'm going to ask it as if it's a rhetorical question anyway. Did you see Radio Shack tweet, "If you find a squirter, marry her"? I'm very eager to see where this goes. That's real? Yeah, so apparently Radio Shack like went out of business, and then the brand got bought by like a Web3 company. So they have like a Radio Shack token and stuff like that. And now they're courting like social media attention by tweeting ridiculous stuff. But honestly, I get that is not everybody's cup of tea. But I kind of like it just because I can't imagine that anything on earth would, I'm just dead I guess, would make my grandfather's head explode more than like the place where he used to buy batteries and like, you know, weird components to connect his TV to his fucking garbage disposal. Then seeing that company tweet, "If you find a squirter, you should marry her." Like I kind of embrace it for that kind of insanity at least. I can't believe we qualified. I did see Nutter Butter tweet, "I want your nut." They tweeted something else too. I think they tweeted "N is for the way you nut at me," but I kind of love it. Arby's tweeted "stick it in her butt." No, they did not. They would never tweet that. Come on. Arby's might go as far as to tweet something that's like, take your GF to Arby's because we have the meats or something like that. OMG, they did. That's how I know they didn't. Microsoft did not tweet "poop my pants, have sex." But Cloudflare did tweet, "make sure your website doesn't get morbed. Make sure you sign up for Cloudflare Diamond Protection." NL, are you going to Saudi Arabia for the Fornite tournament? I have no idea what you're asking of me. Did I miss something? This is what happens when you go to bed at like 9:45 p.m. I didn't get a chance to catch up on all the day's news so I could talk about it the next day. It's drama bait. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna go to Saudi Arabia for a Fortnite tournament. I'm very sick right now. I have a daughter. I got lots of excuses. You know, it's a wide industry. I don't concern myself too much with what other people do for the most part. I'm just out here trying. Honestly, I got bigger problems today trying not to, like, die. If they want to fly Little Caesar out, that would be fine. Maybe they could get Little Caesar to... They could lure him out of my... You know what? And then... I mean, honestly, I feel like my tapeworm could probably finish, like, top 20. You're really craving pizza if you want pizza? I'll be honest with you. Pizza is, like, the worst chain pizza in Canada. I'm craving pizza badly enough that just when you said pizza, my body was like, yeah, that would hit the spot right now. He looks like The Rock. The OMG, he does. Is this eyebrow right? So I hesitated to even bring this story up because, I mean, road rage is a sensitive issue right now. but I was at a four-way stop yesterday. The car on my left, I was turning right. The car on my left had priority. I let them go. The car behind them was supposed to go to the stop sign. Instead, they just drove straight through. Then I calmly turned right when it was safe for me to do so. And then I thought to myself, what if I just used my car to push this person who doesn't respect the rules in their car into the middle of the intersection? I just thought, what if I just bumped my bumper up against theirs and then stepped on the gas until their car was pushed out into the center of the intersection? And then I didn't do it because that's like manslaughter. But I wouldn't say I considered it. But the thought entered my brain as like, would this be a net good for society? And then I said, no, because they probably have people that rely on them and stuff like that. And that's a sad story because this person can't be trusted to, follow the rules in a way that makes things equitable for everybody. But still, I said no. I think in my heart of hearts, I think murder is bad. Hero's not a word we use lightly around these parts. Would it have been funny? No, I don't think it would have been funny. But I think it would have been one of those things where, like, in court, the judge would have been like, hey, we all understand why you pushed this guy's car out into traffic. And he sounds like in life he was a bit of a selfish asshole. But you're sentenced to life in prison for murder one. Sir, we live in a society where just because someone is a little bit rude doesn't mean you have recourse to end their life. Okay, fair enough. That's a good point. I'm glad we live in a society like that. This is exactly what court is like. I know, I've seen Runaway Jury. You're losing me, my jury! Morbles on stream. Now add the Morbius emote. I'm not gonna add the entire movie of Morbius as an emote because, like, you and I are sane people who know that that is not, like, intellectual property theft. But I am worried that Sony is a little bit out of touch. I mean, have you read the Sony Pictures email leaks where they said that Spider-Man isn't cool enough? Maybe in the next movie he should ride a skateboard? I don't want to get sued for distributing the entire movie of Morbius to 10,000 people a day at like $250,000 USD a pop or something like that. Did you watch Kenobi? I will never watch another Star Wars property until they give me The Mandalorian Season 3. You have my demands. Goodbye. I know Star Wars attracts such a disproportionate amount of conversation versus the actual quality. Not to be like super rude about it, but like I talk 10 times more about Star Wars than I've actually spent watching any of the media properties related to Star Wars. Holy cow, I'm consistent on this level now. I just don't care about where it is right now. Kenobi was actually good though. They're at like this point. Like, if the breadth of the graph is like this, Star Wars is right here right now. So they don't need a good. This is like when Bumblebee came out for the Transformers franchise, and people were like, it was surprisingly not ass. I don't need that. They need to come out with like a new 9 out of 10 Star Wars property in order to get me excited about it again. Like, they can't just keep pumping out 7s. They need a home run in order to get me back in there. Didn't we just do this? They need that Taika Waititi Star Wars movie. Is that a cell splitting? It's engaging in mitosis right now. Sorry, I just love biology so much. Sometimes I get a little insufferable about it. Hey NL, do you keep good Pokemon in Pokemon Go, or are you the kind of person who only keeps one of each third evolution? Okay, here's my thoughts on Pokemon Go. I thought for a while, like, hey, you know what I'll do is every time I get a Pokemon, I'll cross-reference it with the strongest existing one that I have, and we'll check and see based on the EVs and also the current power level, which one is going to be the best. And then if the new one is a higher EV than our old one, then we can invest the candies. And then I said, this is a mobile video game I'm playing for recreation. So now, here's what I do. There's like 8 good Pokemon in Pokemon Go, okay? If I catch a Pokemon that is not one of those 8, and I already have it, as soon as I catch it, I send it off to Professor Oak to get shredded into Pokemon candies. Nobody's got time for that. I'm not trying to make sure that I got like I have a slightly better Abomasnow now. Oh, great. Wow, I only used to have a 2.3 star Abomasnow. Now I got a 2.5 star Abomasnow. Now I'm just like, oh, I caught an Abomasnow and I already have an Abomasnow. Okay, welcome to the grinder. It's way too much work for a casual game to maintain the Pokemon Go inventory, in my opinion. Which is fine. Like, I know it scales to your level of desired effort. If you want to be like a PvP superstar, if you want to be a PvP stud, doesn't have to hide his lickitongues unlike you, then so be it. We made it. Who were the 8 good Pokemon? Well, I don't know. Like, in the weird cups they always do, it's always like Lickitung, Skarmory, Shadow Gengar, and stuff like that. But like for doing raids and gyms, it's like, you know, Dragonite, Gyarados, Tyranitar. There's really not that many. You see a Gibble, you might walk a block out of your way to get a Gibble or something like that. What team are you? I'm on the red team. Honestly, I started having a lot more fun with Pokemon Go when I stopped caring about it so much. Like, much like Fall Guys, I used to, like, you know, you see a gym, the gym's been controlled by yellow team for 8 hours. You say, okay, they got their 50 coins. You knock them out. You put your Pokemon in. 3 seconds later, you get a push notification. Hey, Slacking is exhausted and came home, plus 0 coins. I used to be like, what the hell? I went through all that time going like this to clear out the gym so more people could get coins. And then as soon as I did that, you disrespected me by just knocking me out again. And then I realized, you know what? If that's how you want to spend your time, is like just never giving up your gym, then that's cool. I'm glad that I've memorized your usernames, so I know if I ever meet you, that I'll already have prejudged you a little bit for having nothing better to do. And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so. It's not Death Note. I'm just saying, you know, when I knock you out of the gym, and I already know you're at your coin cap for the day because you had that gym for 8 hours, and then you knock me out of the gym just to put your Pokemon back in, I'm like, okay, honestly, more power to you. I guess, like, I know how this sounds. I guess I have more of a life. Because I'm not going to sit here, you know, 25 blocks from my damn house just trying to keep my Pokemon in the gym in order to earn 50 cents of in-game currency. Like, that's just not something that's on my to-do list. I got other priorities. So congratulations. You get the pride of holding the gym. Counter argument, yellow team is the best because we're the color of piss. I was thinking about that because I bought some Gatorade, right? And it's like lemonade flavored, but it's blue. And then I thought, why don't they just make it yellow? And then I realized maybe they don't want to sell things that look like bottles of piss at the pharmacy. Well, I guess at the grocery store. Gatorade is not a controlled substance. At least not yet. Why does your bean have negative drip? Sometimes being dripless is the true sign of drip. The true sign of drip is knowing that you don't need drip. Bro, what are you doing? Oh my god. Get a life. I found the people that keep kicking my Pokemon out of the gym after 30 seconds. And then they put one Pokemon in the gym, I try to kill it, they're like golden raspberry. I try to kill it, they're like golden raspberry. Try to kill it, they're like golden raspberry. Oh my god, get a life. You fucking idiot. You got exactly what you deserved. Here's that attention you ordered. Escape, escape, escape. I don't want to spectate. This game's so bullshit anyway. Dead game. You going to that Tarkov tournament in North Korea? Yeah, I was thinking about it. I guess it's timely to bring this up, but I do remember that there was like a travel vlogger got in a lot of trouble. Got in a lot of hot water because they did a video where they like went to North Korea. It was sponsored by the North Korean government, and they went to like water parks and like amusement parks and shit like that. And then the whole video, and I don't think this was a script that was fed to them. I think it's almost even more sinister. I think they got a trip paid for by the North Korean government, and then in their video we're like, see, don't believe all the things you read in Western media about North Korea. Look, people are just living their lives. Look, they got water parks, they got roller coasters, they got good restaurants. I just remember them getting like, you know, heavily criticized and then making a post that was like, sorry. I guess it's possible that my judgment was clouded based on the compensation that I received for this video. I wasn't fully aware of the diplomatic situation that surrounds the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. I'm not asking for a free win, but I just wish that you were worse. My slime. I thought that was pretty good. Even though we went out third, I thought that was a pretty good game, honestly. Hey, NL, you gonna play Among Us with the U.S. Supreme Court? Who leaked that? It's a duo Among Us tournament. I'm partnered with Justice Alito. We may have political differences, but we're gonna set those aside for something more important. Gaming. +2, +2. Oh, man. 6-3 vote that NL's the imposter. What the hell? I'm just a guy. You saw me do simple wires. Please do not say Ruth Conda forever in my chat. I can't handle it, man. I'm ill. I'm under the weather. You have to be more merciful. It's possible that a strong laugh could kill me right now. So I would advise you to please be a little cautious with using weapons of mass humor like that. Twitch does, look, I made the mistake. I know I say this every time. I made the mistake, but Twitch should still have an undo button. And everybody who says, just don't make mistakes, okay, log off from your computer with a backspace button and go type up all your shit on a damn typewriter again. Where if you do something wrong, you gotta unspool it and then use whiteout to do this, and then you gotta spool it back to like the perfect position. You gotta go, you gotta wait for it to dry, and then you gotta type back on top of it. This is sent from my typewriter. Dude, I guess you know what? Someone asked me earlier if I have any insane takes. I know that we've talked about this before, but I stand by it. I think spaghetti is the worst common pasta shape. What are the benefits of spaghetti as a, don't, like, ignore the meat sauce, because you could put that on any kind of pasta. What's the benefit of spaghetti? Let me start with you with the detriments. It's so long that it's kind of annoying to eat. It has no sauce-catching geometric characteristics whatsoever. At least a linguine is like a spaghetti that's flat, so at least linguine has the ability to store some sauce on it. Like, spaghetti is literally just all the sauce like rolls off it, man. Just stop. Well, tell me why I'm wrong without telling me that it's your favorite meal because you ate it 1,000 times growing up. That's true. They don't make a linguine getty. So if you're evaluating it based on its ability to be on top of a pizza, you gotta put some respect on spaghetti. Make decent sauce that sticks to your pasta. This is called an ad hominem attack. I bet your pasta sauce is actually worse than the jar. Even still, like, what benefit do you get on a spaghetti over a linguine? They're so similar, but linguine is just, anytime I have the opportunity, I'm always more pleased with the linguine than a spaghetti. You can roll it on a fork? Okay, you can roll a linguine on a fork too. It's fun to slurp. You can slurp a linguine. What about angel hair? I like angel hair more than spaghetti. I mean, spaghetti is down near like the damn bottom for me. I guess like the wheels are probably worse, but you never go to somebody's house and they're like, we're having wagon wheels a la vodka tonight. I don't even know what the hell the wheels are used for. I can't believe they're still making them, honestly. Bow tie? Excuse me, it's called farfalle. You only call it bow tie if you're trying to insult it. Farfalle is pretty good. Orecchiette is really good. I like a linguine. Obviously a gnocchi. I'll tell you, I don't really like a rigatoni. It is weird because they are basically the same thing, just different shapes. But I don't know, there's some... I think it's maybe because I cook rigatoni in a huge batch 2 times a week in order to give my daughter pasta for lunch when she goes to daycare. So maybe I'm like a little overexposed to the rigatoni. Tagliatelle, love it. All about the tagliatelle. Rotini's goated? I don't know, man. It's fine. Penne's okay. I don't mind a penne. Elbow macaroni. I do need a win. I need some dopamine, man. Cavatappi's fun. Isn't that that's the thick macaroni? I mean, I'm an orzo guy, too. Don't even get me... Orzo is definitely the best rice in the game. I'm definitely like I'm a big believer in noodle thickness. Like ramen, love it. Soba, tolerate it. Udon, too thick, too spongy, too bready. Gets too watery when it's in the soup. I already know you're gonna -2 me, okay? You can go ahead and -2 me. That's just the way my brain interprets the taste. Obviously, millions of people love udon, but for me, the noodles, I always just find them like a chore to eat. Do you dislike the Korean rice noodles? I dislike basically every Korean noodle preparation except for ramen. But even then, usually, if you go to like a... Well, it depends on the restaurant you go to Korea. I'm sure they have like real ramen restaurants, but when I lived there, it was mostly just instant ramen, even at like the kimbap jongguks and stuff like that. Even naengmyeon. Naengmyeon is probably like amongst my least favorite. Naengmyeon, jjajangmyeon. I hate like the sweet potato noodles that show up in some of the soups, like galbitang and stuff like that. I'm really not like a noodle guy. Unless the noodles are like exactly to my weird standards. I'll admit, I got some food weirdness when it comes to noodles. I didn't really eat them at all until like maybe, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago. I've been like gradually expanding my noodle window. Maybe the tapeworm's another opportunity. Could you stop jumping and inhibiting everybody behind you? We live in a society. I'm dead. Oh my god, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead because of the idiot in front of me that just kept jumping on a slippery slope? Me, after reading the Supreme Court's rescindance of the EPA Clean Air Act today? 6 people don't understand science, now I gotta breathe nitrous oxide every day? Wait, is that real? Well, I think it's real. I just saw the tweets. Like most people, I get my news not even from tweets, but from quote tweets. Usually just dunking quote tweets. It's okay. We'll just, in Canada, we'll just put up like a big fan at the border. That way when like some polluted air tries to like come into Ontario, we'll just turn the fan on and go like and blow it back a little south. Build that fan. What about our good air? Wait a minute. I don't know how fans work. I guess we would be pushing some good air after it, right? I don't know. Can't we just do it like air conditioner style and then like put the hose in Michigan so that all the exhaust ends up going there? I don't really know how like HVAC ventilation type stuff works. The hose are already in Michigan. I love a +2 that has nothing to do with like it's funny in general. That takes real skill. I give you my +2 on that one. I'm gonna lose on Seesaw again. Because you know what? Then this thing's gonna come back to the other damn side. Yep, here we go. Then everybody's gonna fucking make it over, and then... Jesus Christ, I fell through the damn floor. I fell through the solid substrate I was standing on. How many people are up there? Less than 40? Find the perfect line. The perfect smoky eye. Just wait for like a couple of them. That's it. Holy cow, you guys are so selfish. Oh my god, you grabbed me in the air. What's wrong with you? We're both gonna lose as a result of that. You grabbed me in the air? But why? This game's full of damn trolls now. Holy cow, we qualified. It truly shows the spectrum of humanity, man. You're absolutely right. Favorite form of the potato? Oh man, that's tough. I mean, mashed is always delicious, man. I might even take a mash over a fry. Oh, dude, hash browns are pretty good too, though. Like McDonald's style potato patties. That's tough. Mashed is literally just butter, though. Okay, what are you gonna say? Let's see your answer then. Raw? French fries? Oh, French fries are literally just the oil and the heat. Okay. What's next? Latke? Oh, literally the grater is doing all the work. Plus, you have to serve it with applesauce on top of it anyway. Doesn't count. It's like a boiled potato with the skin on. McDonald's hash browns are pretty goated. Did I tell you that I've become, again, I only have McDonald's breakfast like, 2x annually. I've become a 2 hash browns guy. I think you have to be careful with how you identify, like, as far as foods go, because it's really hard. If you decide to become the guy that's like, I'm gonna get 2 breakfast sandwiches, it's not like you're ever gonna reach a point in your life where you're like, oh, now I'm going back to 1, right? Like, you're stuck there. So I try to hold off on as much of that, like, menu inflation as I can, but I'll admit, I relented, and oh no, I became a double hash brown guy. We made it. I used to do 2 hot dogs, now I only do 1. I mean, that's growth, don't get me wrong. I've probably I've pared down my average number of pizza slices per serving. They used to be, when I was like 19, I'll probably be like a 4 or 5 slice Marty. Now I'm a 2 slice dude. And then I go back for 2 slices, like a couple hours later, and then I go back for 2 slices a couple hours after that. No, today I would eat the whole pizza because I'm sharing it with Little Caesar. Go ahead, take your time. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. What do you mean that was not bullying? The dude wouldn't hit the button. He's down by 5, he wouldn't hit the button? Okay, don't let me stop you. Resignation accepted. I mean, like, here's the thing. If you're in the lead and they've got to step on 1 button, that means you can cover like 5 buttons that might get the next bump. He's a kid. He was down by 3. He's 6. It's not fair. You have a tapeworm on your side. Oh, whenever you win, it's obvious and automatic. Oh, whenever you lose, what were you doing? You just lost to a little kid. You guys have a psychological, you have a victim mindset. Ever the streamer beats somebody, it's the only reason it could possibly happen is because of the fact that they're like a little child. Okay, so what if they are a little child? They're competing with adults. Welcome to the fucking show. You think this is a damn game? This is my career. Still chilling? Don't grab me. He grabbed me. He grabbed me. Okay, that's fine. You know what? We choose prediction. We pay out lose in the finals. Helmet man grabbed me. That's okay. That's okay. So in this world, sometimes you get grabbed, okay? Lost against child. Listen. You know as well as I do. It's what, 11 a.m. Pacific time? That's obviously not a child. That's someone on IT working from home right now. And they just sent their boss an email a week ago that said, if you make me come back into the office, I'm going to quit. Dude, kids are not just playing games during summer vacation. I was talking to my nieces this weekend. I said, you guys are out of school now, right? They said, yeah. I said, so what do you do all summer? And they said, oh, we're going to summer camp. And I said, for how long? And they said, until the end of August. They're literally going to summer camp for, well, I was going to say, it's not like a stay overnight camp. Like they go from like 9 a.m. till 3 p.m. or something like that. But they're doing like activities all day. They understand how society works as well, by the way. Because they were like, yeah, we can't just stay home because mom and dad both work. And I was like, you got it all figured out. That's absolutely true. They got their finger on the pulse. The most grounded Twitch streamer nieces, American parents hate their kids. No, they just work. Like, they definitely do not hate their kids. They just can't afford to take 2 months off from work to be at home with them on summer vacation. Society, at least here, is not structured in order to allow that to take place. So they hate their kids? They don't hate their kids. Only you hate their kids because they're kids. I know how the internet works. I was at my favorite restaurant, Red Robin, and there was a kid next to me at the other table. They weren't crying or anything, but just their existence there made me uncomfortable. I was unable to enjoy my basket of bottomless fries as much as I normally do. The world is so fucked up. I was at my favorite local arcade, Chuck E. Cheese, and couldn't focus on getting my tickets because all these people with their kids was playing. Going up and playing the damn Deal or No Deal machine. Excuse me, I have a perfect strategy for this thing. I mean, I also, when I was on summer vacation, I didn't go to summer camp. I just stayed with my grandparents for like 2 months. I mean, I was saying this to my nieces as well. I was like, when I was on summer vacation, I would just go stay with my grandparents for like 2 months and watch TV. And they were like, you watch TV all day? And I was like, yeah, pretty much. I mean, my grandparents were old. You like go outside, but I was an only child, right? So like go outside and like throw a baseball against one of those like pitch trainers that's on an angle. So you throw the baseball at it and then you can catch the baseball when it comes back. But like, how you can only do that shit for like 4 hours a day before you need Tommy John surgery, right? So then I go inside and watch like a shitload of Nickelodeon. I did go to cyber sports camp once. That's how everything was named in like 1997. Yep. Oh, I'm alive. We would play some basketball, and then we would go to the computer lab and like, you know, boot up Netscape Navigator and learn what, oh, okay, I'm dead. Learn what like a URL was. And then my mom said the first day of cyber sports camp, I came home, I was like 7 years old, and I said, Mom, what's sex? And I still don't know the answer, to be honest. I still don't know. I never found out. She said, I'll tell you when you're older, and I'm still waiting. Still don't know what a URL is. Universal Reckoning Link. Unicode Registered Location. Uniform Resource Locator. That's a dumb ass name. Computer people are the champions of awful naming. That's pretty true. What's HTTP again? It's Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Java and JavaScript. You know what? A lot of people aren't going to get that joke, but I hold an associate's diploma in software engineering, so I get it. So the reason that Java and JavaScript are funny, for those of you who maybe don't have an associate's diploma in software engineering, is because you would think, thanks for the block, I really appreciate it. You would think, based on the fact that there's a programming language called Java, you would probably think that when JavaScript came out, it had something to do with it, but it actually doesn't at all. That's why it's so humorous. Really? I was already in last, and the rhino was heat-seeking. Okay, we're gonna run one more back. We can run one more back, why not? How can an adult be so bad at baby game? Oh, don't even get me started. I've seen like your Discord messages. Oh, I'm so hungry. I haven't eaten in 12 hours. Oh, do you have any food in the house? Yeah, I have a whole rotisserie chicken and potato wedges from Costco in the fridge. Oh, why don't you just put them in the microwave for a minute and a half and then eat? Lol, I lazy. Lol, I can has cheeseburger. Lol, I don't feel like adulting today. So true. You've seen it too. You've seen it, don't lie. Thoughts on the cat that looks grumpy? I love that guy. He's just like me. Adulting is such a millennial word. Dude, I get it, by the way. Like, I understand why people hate millennials. We're probably, I bet when we're in our 50s and 60s, we're going to be like the most hated generation of all time. Because like, the boomers have a lot of generational confidence. So when you make fun of them, they have like a spine. Like they argue back. Millennials have just been taking hits our entire existence. So it's gonna be like punching down at like a diseased dog or something like that. It's gonna be like Generation Zeta is gonna be like, and the millennials let the Supreme Court repeal the Clean Air Act. And we're gonna be like, please, I know, we suck so much. I promise we were voting as hard as we could in the 2020s, I swear. We were living through our third once-in-a-lifetime recession. Please. They're gonna, like, people are gonna hate us so much because they're not even gonna like making fun of us because we're just gonna be, like, insufferable about it. I'm kind of looking forward to it. My Pokemon went to the polls. Please. I did realize, I've been going through the borders so much, though. I did realize that that's it's a cheat code at the U.S. border. They're always like, what are you doing in America? And I'm like, I'm visiting my wife's family. And then they say, what? Okay. Then they say, oh, what is your wife's family doing in America? And I say, they're American citizens. And then that seems to really like lubricate the rest of the interaction. I used to be like, they live there. And then they would just have more questions. Now I say, they're American citizens. And they're like, all right. Did I tell you that we had, I don't think I did, because I took Monday off because I had to go to the clinic. But we had the exact border interaction that I've always asked for. Like, why can't they just be nice? Is what we had when we went through the border on Saturday. It was a very nice, affable gentleman at the as our border guard, and he was like, "Hey, how are you? How are y'all doing?" And I said, "We're doing well. Where you going?" I told him. He said, "What are you doing down there?" I said, "Visiting our my wife's family." And then he said, "Are you bringing anything with you except for that cute baby?" And I was, as soon as he said that, I was like, "We're in, man. We're like, this one's a gimme. I'm not getting hassled at all." It was weird. I think chat's not gonna like this, but when he looked at Kate's passport, he looked at her and then he said "Annyeonghaseyo," which is fine because my wife is Korean, but her passport does not say that she is Korean. It says that she's Canadian. So he took a gamble and it ended up working. But if it didn't work, imagine his embarrassment. That's a wild swing. You're absolutely right. Is her last name Korean? No, her last name is Laterno. So if anything, he should have said bonjour. Even when I was at the clinic, when I was checking in with reception, they're like, "Oh, do you have your BC Care card?" So I passed it to him, and he said, "Hello, Mr. Laterno," and I was like, "Thank you." It's actually Laterno. You don't have to put that much sauce on it. And then the doctor did say, "Do I detect a bit of an accent?" Which is just very funny. I'm not even like upset. I didn't find it awkward either. I got bigger problems. It's just a kind of question where I mean, honestly, next time I get asked that question, I might as well just say yes. Because how do I know? Maybe you do detect a bit of an accent. How would I know? Insane play. Holy cow. The doctor asked you the question. He's like, "Do you have receptive anal sex?" And I was like, "What the hell?" And then he was like, "Do I detect a bit of an accent?" You think I got time to run to the bathroom real quick before the goo gets me on Slime Scraper? Can I defer? Like if I make it through this round, can I defer? And be like, I'll do my sophomore year next year? Is there any reason why we're deliberately inhibiting each other so much when we could all work together? Okay, I guess you can fall through the floor when the floor is active. Hey, you think it's funny, Master Chief? You think it's funny to get in other people's ways? Why don't you try being a functioning cog in the damn machine? Hold on, that honestly, it soaked up some of my piss. Being so angry for a second, I don't know the kinematics of it, but I swear to you it worked. Okay, I was made for this. Huge. It's okay. As long as you're spinning, you're safe. Big frickin' plays. Even the music is low grav here. What the heck? I don't trust this. There you go. Feeling great. Still feeling great. You don't want to get bounced? Just take it easy. What? At the end of the level, there's a fan that turns on right as you go by, and it blows you into the water. Well, I'm gonna go to the bathroom at the very least. Holy cow. I did not throw on purpose. I didn't know that the fan was there. I was waiting for like a damn trapeze or something. Hey, I got a honest question. And please only answer if you have a definitive answer to this. Where you live, can you get Tangerine La Croix? I know last year I did the Tangerine, or not Tangerine, I did the La Croix taste test. I tasted like 15 flavors of La Croix and ranked them. Recently, like within the past year, they came out with the tangerine flavor. I was able to get it one time, and it blew me away. It was the best tasting LaCroix I've ever had in my life. It required another tier above the tiers that I gave it in the taste test. Ever since then, I can't find it, man. I go to every Vancouver grocery store, it doesn't exist. You know, they got mango, they got orange. It's not the same. They got beach plum, they got peach pear, but I can't get tangerine anywhere. It's like it was a dream. I'm trying to find beach plum again. Honestly, we got to engage in like a LaCroix swap situation. I would happily ship you some cases of beach plum in favor of some tangerine. Look online. Well, it's not that big of a deal. It's more, you know, I don't want to make it too easy on myself. It's the hunt for the treasure that gives it its meaning, you know? Tangerine was a social experiment by the Harvard Business School. I knew it. Have you tried liquid death? Okay, I don't understand liquid death. Cause it's just water, right? When I saw it, I thought it was like a marketing thing. Where it was like, wouldn't it be funny if we had the world's healthiest beverage, but it was called liquid death? Am I missing something? Or is that correct? It's just, oh, it's sparkling water. Okay, so it's not just canned, like still water. I was at a concert 2 weeks ago. They were charging like $5 for liquid death. Okay, at the risk of maybe seeming out of touch. Is that bad at a concert? That doesn't seem that bad. At a grocery store, that seems insane. $5 for water is a lot? Yeah, but at a concert, you're like a captive audience. I had to pay $7 for a bottle of Aquafina at a Canucks game because I forgot to bring my baby's water. I feel like, yeah, at a venue, $5. It doesn't seem that crazy. Aquafina's garbage. You're at the arena, dude. You got no choice. What are you gonna do? Be like, oh, do you have any Evian? At least it's not Dasani. Absolutely true. Probably my most underrated tweet ever. It did okay, but it's not nearly as successful as it should have been. Good news: scientists found water on Mars. Bad news: it's Dasani. Once every 3 months, I just think about the tweet and I chuckle to myself. I was like, I was in rare form that day. That was... That joke absolutely could have worked in like a Jay Leno monologue or something. See, great news. Scientists have found water on Mars. Bad news. It's Dasani. Oh, man. That would have killed on like a Tuesday night. Someone more popular's got to steal that one. Dude, it wouldn't bother me at all. Especially after my Creative Commons take that... who cares if you credit the guy who invented round bush texture number 73 that you used in the game The Looker? Go ahead, take it. See if I care. Honestly, I told you, I've been watching a lot of Netflix stand-up comedy specials. The comedians right now could use all the help that they could get. So if they want to take that one, honestly, I feel like that's just, I've done a charitable act for like society. Because it has been a kind of a dire world out there. Or maybe, I don't know, like Netflix maybe... because they had to lay off so many people and like they have budgetary concerns right now, maybe they stopped paying money for like the established comedians and instead started paying less money for like, I don't know, worse comedians, maybe, without being so rude. I mean, the ones that they came out with from the Netflix Is a Joke festival were all so annoying to me. I like a stand-up set that's like one person, they get an hour, 40 minutes, whatever, to like build the set. I don't like this like 12 different comedians come out for 3 minutes each, tell 2 jokes about, you know, hey, remember when Trump was the president? What was up with that? And then like, okay, well, Jeff Ross is coming on now. Did you know that there's a show on I think Netflix tried to bury it, but I scrolled for like 2 hours one night and found it. It's the worst show idea I could possibly fathom in my entire life. And the natural logical endpoint of our content fixation on feeding the beast, okay? Let me make sure I got this right. Jeff Ross, Historical Roasts. The show is called Historical Roasts. Nobody is safe from the insults thrown at them by Roastmaster General Jeff Ross, even if they're dead. Ross and some of his comedic friends don period-appropriate garb to roast historical figures in this anachronistic comedy series. Other historical figures who have some connection to the roastee take the dais to show off their comedic chops with a modern twist. Where else can you see John Wilkes Booth roast Abraham Lincoln with the 19th century men being portrayed by Full House co-stars John Stamos and Bob Saget respectively? Other figures from history who get roasted include Freddie Mercury, civil rights activist Martin Luther King Jr., and all-time boxing great Muhammad Ali. I'm sorry, Netflix, there's no way I'm gonna watch that shit. This sounds like the roasts are already like so cringe to me, but then like turning them into epic rap battles of history is so much worse. Also, how are you gonna roast Martin Luther King Jr.? That seems like a bad idea, man. Like, Abraham Lincoln, I don't know, it's been 150 years. Freddie Mercury, I mean, he's a singer, he could have a sense of humor about that, but I don't know. Martin Luther King Jr. just seems ill-advised, man. Anyway, I saw the thumbnail for that show, and I was like, this shit has gone on way too far. I think it's telling that the best moment in 25,000 Comedy Central roasts is the situation in the roast on Donald Trump. Speaking about Melania Trump, no, but you gotta hand it to her. She married him for love. She loves money. At which point the audience goes, boo! Oh, man. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, the Netflix comedy specials have sucked lately. Like, I get it. We all lived through lockdown, okay? Does every special already heard what like 75 comedians think of the vaccines? Like, I'm over it, man. Make your own if you're so funny? No, I'll just like watch good ones. Like, just make some good ones. I still gotta see the Mike Birbiglia one. But for some reason, Netflix doesn't want me to watch the new Mike Birbiglia one. They don't put it on my front page. Instead, on the front page, they put the damn new Cat Williams special. Did you see Inside? Yes. Inside, it was incredible. And I say that as somebody, in case you missed it, last year, I had not been familiar with any of Bo Burnham's work before Inside, and explored none of it after it as well, but I thought Inside was fantastic. Cat Williams is one of the GOATs. Put some respect on his name. Excuse me, I did put respect on his name when I said that we shouldn't make fun of him for getting beaten up by that 12-year-old, because the 12-year-old was really tall, and honestly, kind of like, they swarmed him. They swarmed Cat Williams. I know the way that it was, the story was portrayed was that Cat Williams got into a fight with a 12-year-old and lost. He actually basically got mobbed by a 12-year-old and his friends, and like the only way he could get out was with a sucker punch, but that's not how that went down, obviously. The Pimp Chronicles is the funniest stand-up special of all time, and that's facts. I've been watching a little Gabrielle Iglesias whenever I go to my in-laws' house, whenever they put on Netflix, they put on some Fluffy specials. I've been broadening my horizons a little bit. Gotta love Fluffy. I mean, honestly, I'm a snob, but it could be worse. Like, when I was watching the Fluffy specials, I was like, there are worse comedians than this. I get why this guy is like popular. That's something I would not say for every comedy special I end up watching. Isn't he dead? Gabriel Iglesias is not dead. He's playing like sold out baseball stadiums every 25 seconds across the United States of America. He's dead? What are you he's not dead. Why is everyone saying he's dead? OMG, he does. OMG, he dies. Because he is? He did not die. He just died? I can't believe you've tricked me into Googling this. Hold on. Gabriel Iglesias. He's so alive. Why do they call him Fluffy? So how did he get the name Fluffy? A cat, jokes Gabriel. No, one time I called myself fat around my mom, and she was like, you're not fat, you're fluffy. Okay. He's brought along a trunk full of mystery items, and Rachel Ray has to guess what they are. Watch the hilarious game in the video below. Okay, I'm not gonna watch Rachel Ray try to guess what items are in Fluffy's mystery trunk. I'm sorry, I'm never gonna do that. You're well within your rights to ask, but I'm never gonna do that. Have you seen it? It's hilarious. It was uploaded at 6 a.m. and it has 1 view. Too edgy for me. It's true. It's a little edgy for me. I just prefer comedy that's like, you know, it's not so rude like that. Holy cow, I made it. Did you see that dodge? Comedy is an ancient practice. It dates back to the Bible era. Even Adam and Eve have comedy in their lives. No comedian should ever have the threat of violence held over their head in order to get them to stop telling the truth. At the same time, we can't get on stage and just say whatever we want. As possibly the most offensive comedian of all time, I have but 3 more words to say. No more bullshit. So brave, so brave. Was that a copy pasta? No, that's Tim Heidecker bravely speaking out both against and in favor of Will Smith and Chris Rock after the infamous slap at the Oscars this year. I thought he said what everyone was thinking, literally. Isn't Anthony Fantano doing an interview with Tim Heidecker? I wouldn't be able to sleep at night if I knew that I was doing an interview with Tim Heidecker. Because, like, you know he's not going to be sincere, right? So are you going to have to, like, you know, you're going to have to jab with him? I don't think I could jab with him. He was actually just sincere. Isn't he dead? Come on. He's often sincere in interviews. What about the interview at the Telluride Film Festival in Colorado where he said he's here with his fellow piss drinkers? Yeah, we're just here drinking each other's piss. That didn't seem very sincere. That was sincere. It didn't seem sincere, the way the camera cut away. I move away from the mic to drink piss. Me too. Me too. Tezonde.eth. Me too. Would you ever drink your own piss on stream? I'm gonna go ahead and say, like, probably not. That's gonna be like a negative on that one, I would say. Strikes me as fairly unlikely that I would drink my own piss on stream. Coward. Dude, I cannot drink my own piss right now. It would kill me. I honestly think like if I had a DQ Blizzard right now, it could prove fatal to me. I have to be very like careful with myself. You know how they say like if you played 100 Gex for like a peasant in the 1600s, they would literally die? That is like me right now. I am basically like that guy. I have to be very careful about what I'm exposed to right now. I gotta treat myself better than he can. Is this Shawn Mendes? How does this guy know about 100 Gex? Cause I'm cool. Cause you don't know any 33-year-olds. You think that I'm uncool because of the fact that like I drive a car sometimes, but in actuality, like, I'm way cooler than the average 33-year-old you ever meet in your entire life, without a doubt. My dad knows about 100 Gex. Yeah, probably because you won't shut up about it, but he loves you because you're his child, so even though it's insufferable, he, like, tolerates it just in order to spend some time with you, because you won't talk about things that he's actually interested in because he's old and thus you don't value his opinion that much. Instead, you'll only talk to somebody if you actually get to talk about your interests because you're self-centered. So that's probably why your dad knows about 100 Gex, okay? Maybe you should talk to him about like how he feels about the difference between Lowe's and the Home Depot next time. I'm sure he's got a lot of thoughts on it. He's trying to get out. He can't talk to your mom about it because she's already heard about it like 70 times. Maybe you should just let him talk. That's the spirit of like human conversation, is like you get to talk about something you're interested in and then I listen politely and then I talk about something that I'm interested in. By the way, can I say this? Like, as long as I'm excising the chips on my shoulders, I'm very disappointed I didn't ratio Apollo. Apollo made a tweet that said, "This is the year I finally get a manager and stop leaving so much money on the table." That shit got like 500 likes. I replied, "What getting one mortgage does to an MFer?" It got like 497 likes. Come on. How do you cultivate an audience that lets you get away with tweeting shit like that? If I tweeted that, can you imagine the response if I tweeted, "This is the year I finally get a manager and stop leaving so much money on the table"? I'm not even going to point out that the guy did a subathon like 3 months ago where he had like 75,000 concurrent subscribers. But there was, and I'm glad that the response to me would be like this. But if I tweeted that, the response to me would be like, "Wow, kind of a bad take as we enter another recession. Wow, streamer only cares about analytics. Streamer only cares about the money. Blah blah blah." Response to Apollo's tweet was like, "We love a dog who's fiscally responsible." I'm like, what the hell? Our audience are like so diverged, man. I literally have like lethal gastroenteritis right now. People in my chat roll up. The 70-month subscriber, they're like, "Hey, how's your asshole feeling today?" It's crazy. I do have to say, I don't know if it's like something wrong with me or something right with me. I am happy to have an audience that holds my feet to the flame, because iron sharpens iron, okay? So we're allowed to give you shit. Well, don't act like I gave you permission for the first time ever. Just read chat for like 10 minutes consecutively at any given day. People are already saying this shit. I'm fighting a battle in my gut right now. Barely don't qualify on like Speed Chase on Fall Guys, a course that I've seen one time in my entire life. People are like, "Lol, how are you so bad?" Drives me crazy, man. Have you tried Activia? I don't support any product associated with Jamie Lee Curtis, except Everything Everywhere All at Once. Sorry, I didn't mean to call Everything Everywhere All at Once a product when obviously it's a work of art. You got to get some probiotics, homie. I didn't realize there were medical doctors in the chat. As a medical doctor, you should know it's probably irresponsible to diagnose someone with not even just a problem, but what the cure to that problem is, just from hearing a description of what their symptoms are in Twitch chat. But I probably shouldn't have to tell you that. I mean, you went through all that medical school. I've been getting back into donuts in a real way, which again might be is one of the. I've got like a Knives Out style murder mystery for like why my stomach is so messed up right now. Copious consumption of Granville Island donuts is like, it's a minor character right now, but you never know. Sometimes you're like, there's no way that person's responsible, and then you're like, what the hell? David Cage, they committed a murder while they were on screen, but I was not able to see it? How did that happen? You need more fiber? So true. That's definitely what's causing it. When I Google my symptoms, the first thing WebMD says is you need more fiber in your diet. Thank you for your valued feedback. Okay, I'm gonna go check it out here. My corn dog donut, excuse me, it was here like 1 second ago. Here it is. Say hello to Corn Dog Donuts, the newest creation. Why am I on a damn... What the hell website is this? Get Billy to the finish line. Our fiscal year ends on June 30th and we need to raise $23,000 to make our budget. I don't even know who you are, Billy. I just went to your website to learn about corn dog donuts and now you... Like, I don't... Is Billy Penn a guy? This is a Philadelphia local news website. Okay. Look, I support local print media. I am a little insulted when they write non-local news and then that news goes viral. And then me in Vancouver for reading about corn dog donuts, I'm now guilt-tripped into supporting a Pennsylvania newspaper. I don't live in Pennsylvania, okay? I understand, but if you're gonna write about corn dog donuts, it's gonna go global. Support us, Pennsylvania rocks. You guys should be able to support your damn selves. Okay, it's a corn dog donut, and it's Okie Dokie owner's Carol Haas gift to herself. It's my birthday, so to celebrate, I combined two things: hot dogs and donuts, served with a side of deli mustard for dipping. The mashup is only available for walk-up ordering on Friday. Ha confirmed to excited commenters swooning over her social media post. If things go well, they can expect more corn dog donuts in the future. Bonus for sensitive eaters, the treat is entirely soy, gluten, and nut-free. Bonus for sensitive eaters, the hot dog-filled donut has no nuts in it. Incredible content. I mean, it looks delicious, don't get me wrong. A circular corn dog donut. It looks tasty. N is for the way you nut at me, by the way. Don't tweet me. The grubbin mixed with or mashed up with Morpico, Morbin. Okay, that's funny. That's a very humorous post. Thank you. Okay, now get me off Twitter. I could be on that damn website all day. Just do a Twitter scroll segment. I would never do a Twitter scroll segment because again, like sometimes, like I follow YouTubers and some YouTubers are like degenerates, man. Sometimes I'll just be like minding my own business, then I'm scrolling through Twitter and there's like a bound up like anime succubus or something like that, and I'm like, what the hell? Now I gotta go masturbate. Oh man. And I'm like, why would you retweet this? And they're like, dude, I'm a connoisseur of art. And I'm like, what the hell? Please do a TikTok For You page segment. No, TikTok's in the process of being banned again, right? They need to ban that app so I don't spend all day thinking about how I could have been a TikTok super celebrity because I was on the app relatively early and got a lot of traction. Donald Trump said he was going to ban the app, so I was like, well, I don't have a lot of free time, so I'm not going to waste my time on this app that's about to get banned for, like, you know, so many of the internet's user base. And then they didn't even, and then he lied. He lied! I don't believe it! I find that very hard to believe! TikTok has a capped creator fund. I don't think TikTok is good for monetization in general. I definitely saw some posts that were like, here's what it's like to be a TikTok creator. I have 7 million followers, and from the creator fund last month, I made $36. And I'm like, that is not good. Did you hear that Kevin Durant got traded? Excuse me, from my favorite team, the Brooklyn Nets. They traded the third best player in the NBA, Kevin Durant. He got traded. He requested a trade. He's not going to leave. It's the best city on earth. Love the Nets, baby. He's not leaving. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. He's not leaving. Oh, man. Hope you're feeling better. Thank you. Honestly, like, I feel fine. I mean, I feel okay. I definitely don't feel fine. It's just, you know that meme image that's like, why do we have to keep, or how many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? That's like me and getting rest. Like, I know that I need to rest. And yet, like every day, except for last night, but every other day, I go like, well, I'll just rest tomorrow or something like that. And then I like just do more than I should do instead, even though I'm like a zombie as I'm doing it. I think it was smart last night. Last night, I went to bed at 9:45 before I even was able to like make all my YouTube thumbnails for the stream content that happened yesterday. And then I said, you know what? From 2 to 5, when I normally make YouTube videos, instead, I'll make the thumbnails during that time. And yes, it'll mean that overall I get a little bit less work done, but it will also mean that I get to rest, which hopefully will speed up my recovery eventually anyway. Along with some medicine, hopefully. I mean, it sounds like it's a self-serving thing to say. Maybe it is, but I've never been good about resting when I actually need some rest. Little Caesar takes no days off. He stays hungry, that's for sure. He devours. Have you gotten back on the Peloton? That's insulting. I was only off the Peloton like today. But the rides have been like, they've been up and down, man. Like some days I'm like almost back at my like pre-stomach incident output. But then some days I just hit like a wall of sludge halfway through. And I'm like, ah, geez. I'm like riding with the 70-year-olds 5 points below the resistance call out. Some days they don't come easy. It's true. Some days they don't come hard. Some nights they just don't come at all, and these are the days that never end. Dude, I'm realizing, is it me that's making people toxic? Because, Matt, you came into chat and you said, your voice sounds a little raspy, are you okay? I didn't reply to the message right away because there were 1,000 other messages coming through at the same time. And then your next message is, your voice sounds a little raspy. Did the tapeworm manage to make its way up into your throat? That's so rude. Just you resorted to rudeness immediately? Just because I didn't respond to your first message that was more polite? We really do be living in a society. What about that is rude? Suggesting I have a tapeworm in my throat? Seems rude to me. But what do I know? I'm only the subject. Don't talk about little Caesar like that. You guys are gonna be so sorry when it comes out that I don't have a tapeworm. Instead, I have like 1 trillion C. diff bacteria just raging inside of my stomach right now. How does bacteria live in your stomach? Surrounded by hydrochloric acid. And yet it gets killed by soap. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's resistant to acid? Okay, do soap next. Hey, bacteria, dummy. You ever think about being immune to, I don't know, soap? So stupid, man. Bacteria legit be like, me vibing in... Hey, is something acidic when it's low in pH or high in pH? It's low in pH, right? Like hydrochloric acid might have a pH of like 2. Yeah, okay. The bacteria in my stomach when vibing in 2 pH hydrochloric acid. The bacteria in my stomach when I swallow a bar of Irish Spring. No! Great bit. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I've been working hard. Did you take the crap out of your fridge? Yes. Honestly, and this is completely sincere. Going through this has made me realize that, like, a lot of people, if they ever experience the issue that I am experiencing right now, will simply choose to die. Even in Dan's chat, he was like, someone came to my chat yesterday and was like, I had to leave NL's chat because he was talking about keeping poop in his fridge. And he started laughing, and he was like, I guess I shouldn't laugh. What if it's a medical issue? I was like, of course it's a medical issue. Why would it not be a medical issue? Like, why would that not be the first thing that you would think of? And like, honest, and I'm mostly being satirically angry here just because I know some people, you know, they are not good at tracking that stuff, myself included maybe. But people, I've dealt with the most insane takes regarding stool samples. The worst one absolutely has to be the hundreds of people who told me to just ignore the instructions on the sample, which just seems insane to me. People were like, I know it said like poop on a piece of saran wrap and then like scrape it into the cup or whatever, but I would simply poop into the cup. Okay, like I'm gonna do what the scientists told me to do because they like know more than me. This is my first stool sample and you think I'm gonna reinvent like the whole system myself or something like that on the first? These lab tests might be sensitive, man. I don't want to mess with their methodology. So I honestly think like a lot of people, if they got this issue, they would simply accept that they're gonna die rather than they would be like, ooh, it's gross to keep poop in the fridge. So I'm just gonna not provide a stool sample and simply pass away instead. I don't know why, I feel a little bit defensive that I've had to defend myself so much for like people were like, ooh, that's gross, there's poop in the fridge. And I'm like, yeah, it's gross. But I also like don't wanna die. Like I have to provide a stool sample. So I don't know what you want from me. If there was a less gross way to do it and they told me to do it that way, I wouldn't be like, nah, I'm just gonna poop in the cup and put it in the fridge instead. But my wife had C. diff and she had to get a stool sample from her dad implanted in her butt. First off, this is just a very funny sentence. Secondly, I am now at a point, I honestly don't care. I would get it done in a heartbeat. I would get if the doctor told me a fecal transplant would help, I would get it done in a heartbeat. Modern medicine is amazing. I literally don't care how gross it is if it works. Who cares? What if you had to eat a little bit of it? I mean, if the doctor... This is true. If the doctor said you have to eat the poop in order for this to work, I would probably get a second opinion because that doesn't sound medically sound. But if the second doctor said, I know that sounds crazy, but the first doctor was right, I would be like, okay, I'll eat a little bit of the poop. I guess it's just the difference between, like, having something to live for and not... You say, I'm not going out like a damn fool, okay? I'm not going out just because I'm embarrassed. I'm gonna make this shit kill me. You think if you told me if I ate some poop it would make my stomach feel better? If the doctor said it and they had literature to back it up, I'm eating the damn poop. I'm not going gentle into that good night. I already put poop in the fridge, you know? It's just another half step beyond where I've already been. They want to give me a rectal exam. They want to give me a colonoscopy. They want to give me a sigmoidoscopy. By all means, dude. Can we do it all at once? I'm a busy man. The loathsome dung eater. Bro, I'm trying to eat dinner. Oh, that must be so hard for you. You losing your appetite a little bit? Now you put yourself in my shoes about one toenail has entered my shoe. You think I'm gonna have sympathy for you? Can't enjoy your chicken tenders because of the conversation that I'm happening right now? This is my damn life. Didn't you say you have a huge appetite right now? Well, it varies based on how recently I ate. I don't know if that's just me or if that's true for like a lot of people. OMG, me too. Would you rather eat poop or have surgery with an 80% success rate? So the poop is 100% success rate? And I'm not... Is this how we're constructing the bit here? The poop has no... Like, I'm not going to get an infection from eating the poop. We've somehow sanitized the poop. And it has a 100% success rate. Then yes, I would eat the poop in a heartbeat. Rather than get surgery that's 80% successful? Are you crazy? Go under general anesthesia? Or I could just eat something that tastes really bad? I would eat something that tastes disgusting, for sure. How do you know it tastes disgusting? Well, okay, I guess I'm just going on a hunch that it tastes disgusting because it smells disgusting. But maybe it's one of those things that smells disgusting but tastes good, like fish sauce. I still think, like, I don't know... Are we in, like, the silk shoes going down the staircase stage of our empire? Because people are asking me, like, you know... Whoa, why would you keep your poop in the fridge? It's because my gut is all messed up, man. I gotta give a stool sample to the laboratory, but I can't just produce a stool sample on command. So when when the sun's up, I gotta make hay, and then I gotta put the hay in the damn fridge. This is perfect. I'm not just doing it out of, for sport. This is like a serious issue. Just make sure you don't eat it accidentally. Trust me. They don't put ice cream in a plastic cup that has a label on it with your first and last name and your symptoms. If you would eat something out of a plastic jar that says severe diarrhea, then I mean, honestly, you got bigger problems than keeping your poop in the fridge. I apologize, but this is... As soon as I saw Dr. Fetus, I was like, we're gonna have time for marbles. And then, POV, you made a game with 0 damage upgrades. Hey, get out of the car! Yeah, you, get out of the car! No stream tomorrow? No, it's Canada Day, bro. It's every day, bro. Except not every day, it's just Canada Day. But I'm not in Canada. Tobey Maguire voice, I missed the part where that's my problem. Any fireworks plans? No, I hate the fireworks. I also think they got canceled in Vancouver this year. One of the rare Civic Vancouver dubs. Is it dry in Vancouver? I mean, not particularly. They stopped doing fireworks here. I mean, fireworks were like made illegal in the city of Vancouver. That might have been related to wildfire stuff. I don't know. But I also think it's because, like, it annoys pet owners and also people with, like, PTSD. I know this makes me seem like a hater. I promise you, I love things. Like a perfectly crafted meal. I love it. But, like, I just don't like fireworks. And it's one of those things... Like, I mean, I can get down with, like, a really incredible display of fireworks, I suppose. But, it's just one of those things where, like, normal fireworks, where they just kind of shoot off into the air and go, psh, I'm like, it just doesn't interest me. But if you ever say, like, you don't like fireworks, it's like, then let me guess, you also hate puppies. Oh, you hate the sound of a baby's laughter. It's like, people are allowed to have opinions. I just don't think it's just like you just shoot it off into the sky and then it goes bang. Big whoop. Also, in a city in particular, I think it's annoying as hell. Because, like, I'm sure when you shoot off the fireworks, you're like, this is incredible. But when you are not the one shooting off the fireworks or seeing them, and all you're hearing instead is what sounds like gunshots, you're like, it's a little anxiety-inducing. Plus, I feel like there should only be, like, one firework holiday annually. And it like, National Independence Day makes sense to me. But now we're doing it on, like, New Year's, Christmas fireworks. They used to do fireworks on Halloween here. What's next? Yo, Valentine's Day fireworks? It's too much, man. If there's fireworks all the time, there's fireworks never. Fireworks are the basis for the Halloween tradition, though. I don't even know what that means or what you're saying to me. So it can't hurt me. I thought that the origin of the Halloween tradition was like the Salem witch trials. I honestly, it's a holiday I've never respected that much, even as a child. So we don't even need to get into it. Lots of fireworks involved in those. We never got to do the holiday tier list. I'm coming around. Halloween, actually, as my child is getting older, it has more appeal to me. Because seeing my kid in a cute costume, that's worth celebrating. We get some great photos. They get to go trick-or-treating. That's cool. Basically, I feel like Halloween kind of sucked from like age 18 to, I don't know, 25. Where it was basically like, hey, it's Halloween. Let's get drunk. And I was like, but we get drunk every weekend. And they're like, yeah, but this time we're not going to let you get drunk unless you spend $30 on an outfit that's really uncomfortable. And I'm like, okay, see you guys on Monday then. Actually based. What the hell? I've been around so long, people are starting to agree with my Halloween take? What's going on? Imagine not enjoying being in a costume. I'm just going to say, even when I had hair, those like Party City wigs are the most uncomfortable prosthetic you can wear, dude. Holy cow. Like, they're so itchy. I always found the Halloween costume so uncomfortable. Just dress as Dr. Evil? Well, then you gotta go to like JCPenney and buy a gray power suit or something like that. When I was 20 years old, I didn't own any like all gray outfits like that. Just wear a gray t-shirt and gray shorts and be like, I'm Dr. Evil on a Saturday. Yeah, I'm like casual Friday Dr. Evil. People are gonna sniff through that in a heartbeat. They're not gonna let me in the damn door. They're not gonna let me drink any orange beer. Orange beer? You know, like it's a beer with like orange food coloring in it. I don't know if it's a thing, but they do it on St. Patrick's Day. You see in the new Minions movie? Was there like a question list that we all agreed that we would be asking today? I'm not mad. I'm not going to go see the new Minions movie, but I don't know. Maybe I'll see it at some point in my life. You never know. I am going to see Everything Everywhere All at Once, okay? I even thought about watching it last night, but I just went to sleep instead because I was like more tired than I've ever been in my entire life. But where do you watch it? I have to get it on like video on demand, right? I don't mind paying like, you know, $6 to watch it. I just need to know like what app. Prime has it in the US? Prime has it in the US, but it's $20. Okay, I might wait like another couple months then. I'm sorry. Try to find it in theaters. Bro, I got so much shit going on in my life right now that is like so much more important to me than appreciating the movie the way it was meant to be filmed. I got some serious problems. Come on. It will make you forget about your ruptured megacolon. That makes me probably like more likely to die. I'm not gonna drive out to damn Port Coquitlam to watch it. I would rather pay the $20 on Amazon Prime. I'm not gonna torrent it. I'm 33 years old, okay? You spent 5 hours at some random building on Monday? I know you're joking. That was the damn hospital, man. I'm just glad that there's people with insanely bad takes in chat to distract from my usual insanely bad takes. Someone said, wait, there's an age limit to torrenting bad movies. Get them. Just get them and enjoy. I'll just lay back a little bit and relax. I love the smugness, though. They're like, people don't value their time at all. You think I'm gonna pay money to watch a bad movie? No, I'll just waste time, the most precious resource on earth, and watch it for free. How bad is your internet? I think you're missing the point. I'm not talking about how long it takes to download. What, are you with Dan's ISP? I'm talking about how long it takes to watch it. This man lives in 2008. Do you need like a joke explainer to pop up after every joke? Can we get somebody working on this? It's the same length at home as it is in the cinema. Did you not hear the setup for I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. I said it's sad that people are smug. They feel like they're on the moral high ground for not paying money for a bad movie when they just shouldn't be watching the bad movie in the first place because you should value your own time more than that. What movie are we talking about? I can't tell you that because there was... Okay, get out the whiteboard, okay? We were talking about Everything Everywhere All at Once. Then I said, where can I watch it? People said it's $20 on Amazon Prime Video. Then I said, okay, maybe I'll wait a couple months. Then people said, just torrent it. I said, I'm not going to torrent it. I'm 33 years old. At which point, somebody said, oh, I didn't realize there's an age limit to torrenting bad movies. It's not me saying Everything Everywhere All at Once is bad. It's them saying it. To which I replied, it's so funny that people think they have the moral high ground for pirating bad stuff because they won't spend money on bad movies, but instead they will spend time, the most precious resource on earth, in order to watch things that they feel like they shouldn't be watching to begin with. At which point, everybody lost the damn plot, even though there were only 9 required steps to get there. And then that's when I brought the whiteboard out. People started asking, how bad is your internet? It's not germane to the conversation. My internet is very good. It's very simple. This is why I send out the syllabus at the start of every stream. Why are you so mad? It was like having a conversation with like 9,000 Joshes. It's like they're simultaneously not paying attention, and yet when something doesn't make sense to them, they're like, wait, can you explain that again? No, you could just listen. It's not that complicated. Like one Josh is enough, man. Get out of your car. Come on, man, get out of your car.